Fl-iskedijiet li fil-tal-passat tal-ġimgħa b'ġimgħa konna ġabdejna illi nieħdu pjaċir niltaqgħu ma' nies li jgħixu Malta li ma kinux imwildin Malta din is-sena. Qed inkomplu wkoll llum magħna għandna l-Antonio Palacios mill-Peru. Welcome to Ġimgħa b'ġimgħa.
Thank you, thank you.
I always ask the same question, so I need to know if you're paying attention. Do you know what Ġimgħa b'ġimgħa means?
Not yet.
Not yet. So it means week by week.
Ah, nice.
So how would we say it in Spanish, yes?
Semana, semana.
Semana. Good. There we go. So there we go. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. Young lad like you. You're still very young, yes, in your 30s. So that's
32. So
32. That's very young, I can assure you. So you're here from Peru.
Yes.
Yes. And I read a little bit about your bio, which you sent, and it impressed me that the reason why you wanted to move out of Peru was the danger of living in Peru.
Yes, I mean, it's not secret that in South America in general there is quite some insecurity, and especially in Peru, the recent years, I mean, it was a little bit, let's say, chaotic. But nevertheless, I mean, me and my family, we had a good life. I mean, we both have good jobs, and we even had a baby. But then I kind of received this, let's say, job offer, and this opened
a job
my mind
offer from here, from Malta?
Yes. To be honest, I never heard of Malta, but then I saw this as a possibility, okay, to come here. Of course, with this job offer, I didn't get it, but that kind of helped me to understand, okay, there are more opportunities here. So I started searching for this, and of course, we also had some desire to live abroad, and we found here a safe place to live.
So the issue of safety was, and I don't want to harp on it, but it's good for us to understand here because, as you know now, living here, of course, we have our own challenges, but safety is not one of the big ones here.
Sure.
People feel safe enough to go for a walk, and there's no. But this level of concern for you and your family led you to look elsewhere to build your
yes, because
your life.
When you, let's say, start growing in your job, and you, for example, we both have an apartment, my wife and I, and then you feel like you you're not able to get more things because then probably, let's say, for example, you go on the street at night and then you see, I don't know, a motorcycle, two guys on the motorcycle, and then they can get your cell phone. Mm. So, and of course, feeling that way is not good, you know, so it's like better to look for other opportunities. So, of course, also the, I don't know, the public transport is also an issue in the sense that people think here that they don't drive good, but listen, in Peru is...
I see. Well, we complain about our drivers, ourselves as drivers, including myself, of course.
But in Peru is a total different thing. I mean, people don't respect even red lights and all of that. So it's a good country. I mean, don't get me wrong. But at the end, it's like you get used to that, and I don't think that's good. You know, I mean, there is a higher standard of living,
okay. and you looked for it, and you found it here, which is great. Yes. Can you describe to me your childhood and how you spent your childhood and the environment? Because I would imagine it could be quite different from here, or are there similarities?
I think it's similar. Well, of course, now
you're in a massive country, yes. So
yes. But I think overall it was a good childhood. I mean, people and kids used to play on the streets. I think it was not as insecure as is probably for the 5-10 years from now. But during my childhood, it was good. I mean, we can go freely to the parks. We can, let's say, a 5-7-year-old kid can take a bus and go anywhere. Okay. It was good. I think on the last 10 years, probably it got a little bit more complicated.
I see. Is football very popular there?
Yes.
Of course, yes.
It's massive. I mean, I think people probably can be, let's say, preoccupied for some political or social issues, but
then when it comes to football?
Yes, they at least get a place to put their mind and kind of like have a passion for that and, yes, be happy.
And you're wearing the badge of your country's national team, yes?
Yeah.
How are they doing? How's Peru doing on an international
team? To be
fair,
we used to be better. We went to Russia World Cup, but now we are struggling a bit. So we hope to get better. So.
It's very, very competitive.
Yes, I mean, you have Brazil, Argentina, Colombia.
Course, yes. I mean, but you come from a region which has a tremendous tradition
Yes.
of footballers. What would be the most popular, most famous, footballer from Peru?
In Peru would be probably El Nene Cubillas, who was a player from a long time ago. Even he played with Peru in several World Cups and he scored good goals.
Okay.
But then you have different players, depending. I support a team, but probably people from the other team will support other players. So it's
You come from Lima, yes?
Yes, capital city.
And does that have its own team?
Yes, it
Lima?
has two
teams,
big teams.
yeah.
Yes, Alianza Lima, which I'm a fan, and the other is Universitario de Deportes.
Do you still follow it from here?
Yes. Although, to be honest, sometimes I see the result because the match is happening on the early morning.
Different time
Yes.
zones, yes. Of course. So how has settling in, what was the biggest challenge to settle in here, coming from a country with also a different lifestyle and different environment, for sure, and language?
I think, the main challenge was I was here first alone, 2 months.
Okay.
So, of course, to kind of do all the stuff, to get an apartment, to understand how the bills work here, to understand the transportation here, to understand if I see where do I go. All of that, I think, is the main challenge because you get used to something and then all of a sudden you change. And then the other thing is, probably is, for example, I don't know, sometimes my kid, let's say, gets sick. Now it's the three of us, because it's my wife who also have a job, me, and let's say we don't have family here, for example,
of course.
and we cannot rely on,
system,
like mother-in-law, my mom, something like that. We have met good friends, good Maltese people, good foreign friends. They are the nicest people, but still not as close as family, So I think that's the biggest challenge for sure.
Okay. Have members of your family come to visit?
Yes. In fact, last year my dad and mom came here, and this year my father-in-law came also.
I see. So,
yes.
So there's at least it's a long way to
be honest, it's 11-hour flight from Madrid, and here to Madrid is 3 hours, I think.
Yeah,
so yes,
it's a long way. Yeah. What about food? What kind of food is very popular in Peru, and what about here? What do you like? I think
it's one of the things that make Peruvians proud. Food. I think we have a lot of biodiversity. We have good food. I think on the recent rankings, Peruvian food has been cataloged as one of the main ones.
Popular one.
Yes, main ones in the world. And I think we managed to do different dishes with the things we can find here. It's not, let's say, we are restricted for not finding something.
Okay.
So it's good.
But what is typical in Peru? What was something which you
The main
enjoy?
dish will be ceviche, for sure.
Ceviche, okay.
Yes, it's raw fish with lime juice. It's really, really nice. Also, you can have lomo saltado, which is kind of influenced by Asian cuisine. And then you have several dishes. We have a massive country, highlands, rainforests, coast.
So the ingredients are definitely not you're not short of them. So
yes, and here you can find, to be honest. So it's good also.
Are you a good cook?
Yes.
You're a good cook.
Yes.
Okay, you can see that we have a kitchen here.
Yes.
Maybe one day you should bring us a typical Peruvian dish, and I can assure you I'll try it and I will love it.
You have my pressure.
You have a lot of competition because Gwen here is a very good cook.
Yes, I think
she's doing some sweets, but she can cook anything really. But maybe we can organize something.
Yes, for sure.
I'd love to try some Peruvian food. Very good. Well, Antonio, it is a real pleasure to meet you, and it's nice to see that you're settled in here with your family, and we wish you all the very best, and hope to see you in the kitchen sometime soon. Yeah?
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much, Antonio Palacios mill-Peru, hemmhekk. Nħadu pjaċir ħafna niltaqgħu ma' nies li jkunu sabu ruħhom hawnhekk, jew anke mħabba kif smajna hemmhekk, kif smajna minn Antonio stess, li forsi hu xtaq isib x'imkien fejn ikun ftit ta' sigurtà saba hawnhekk, u nħadu pjaċir li id-dar tagħna naqsmu wkoll ma' żgħar bħal Antonio. Nkomplu bil-mistednin tagħna u magħna ingħaqad Marvik de Bono, grazzi ħafna tal-li qed magħna Marvik, iltqajna darb'oħra personal trainer.